Hello, all my dear students. Welcome back your online classes. This is your Tezip sir, my dear students. And today, now we are going to learn our last topic of chapter number 12. What we are going to do, my dear students? We are going to do of revision of chapter number 12. Means first of all we are going to learn that topic. Which topic? Timeline. We had completed in the last session. But one last question. Vishwanath Anand's timeline, that topic and that question we have incomplete. So first of all, we are going to complete that question, and then, my dear all students, we will start our new chapter. Okay, chapter number 13, handling a data. Got my points, all of you? So I am going to present here as per regularly today's quote. Okay, my dear all students, and before starting our session, let's take out your book, my dear students. Take out your book, do fast all. And then after all, my dear students, then after keep it with you, all important stationery with you all, dear. What, dear? Keep it with you, all important stationery. Okay? Means pen, pencil, scale, and important things. Keep it with you. And take out your rough book, all dear students. And then I am going to start our session. Understood, all of you? So you have to keep it in mind. All my dear students, keep it in mind, this all point related to the timeline. Okay, dear all students. So now I am going to present here today's quote. Okay, so let's check, my dear students, what is today's quote. So I am presenting here today's quote. What is today's quote, all my dear students? So today's quote is, let's check today's quote. You don't have to be great to start. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. What, my dear all students? You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be a great. Get my points, all of you, what I am telling you? Okay, so as like that, my dear students, you have to start be a great. Understood, all of you? Okay, and then after, now we will going to check our today's content. What is today's content? So today's contents, let's check today's contents and note down these contents, dear all, in your book. Do fast. Put a heading over there, today's contents, and put a heading over there, date. Chapter number 13, introductions, bar graph, pictograph, vertical bar graph, and horizontal. Before starting chapter number 13, I am going to present here previous lectures topic, and that we have incomplete that topic. So first of all, we are going to complete that topic, and then after we will start chapter number 13. Make a timeline using years. Playing a chess is a very good way to spend a time usefully. The information below is about the world chess champion Vishwanath Anand. Who? Vishwanath Anand is a world champion, a world chess champion player. Got my points, all of you? World chess champion. Understood, all of you, what I am telling you? So you have to note down these things in your book, dear. And here is upload the year on a timeline along with the Vishwanath Anand's age at the time and the landmark event. So first of all, we are going to arrange the what all year one by one equally. Okay, my dear students. See, he is a Vishwanath Anand. Got my points, all dear students? So first of all, his age all events is here. So first is what? First is 1988. He got the Padma Shri. Padma Shri is what? Padma Shri's award, name of the one best Indian award. Then after here in 2000, okay, in 2000 he won a world chess championship. Who? Vishwanath Anand. Vishwanath Anand won in 2000 won World Chess Championship. 1986 won a Senior National Chess Championship. What all my dear students? Won a Senior National Championship. Then after 1969 born in Chennai. 1997 played 6 computer stimulations and won. And then in 1983 he won a national sub junior championship. And further in 1987 first Asian to win World Junior Chess Championship. World Junior Championship. In 1984, he won a National Junior Chess Champion title. Okay, all these different things. See, won the championship, a title, and so many other different things are here. And last, in 2007, he won a World Chess Champion. World Chess Champion. Got my points, all of you? So we have to arrange here in this timeline one by one all. We have to arrange here the all. What my dear students we have to arrange? We have to one by one all a sequence wise year. Okay, first he is born, then after championship, and when he was won the trophy or award and Padma Shri award. Got my points, my dear students? So first is done for us. First is what? 1969 is done for us. So 1969 is what? In 1969 he is born in Chennai. So we have to give a one number to that box. Got my points? What we have to do? We have to give over there a one number. Okay, so all my dear students, we are going to arrange as like that one by one. We are going to sequence wise all arrangement. Okay, so first is what here? First is what? He is born in where? 1969, born in Chennai. Then after which year is coming the next? So we are going to check 88, 2000, 86, 97, 83, 87, 84. So after a 69, here is come after he is born. After he is born, our next first event is what? First event is he won a national sub junior championship in 1983. Okay, so it's the second, all my dear students. Okay, is the second. Got my points, all of you? It's the second number. We have to give a second number. Understood, all of you? Then after the third one is what? 1983, here is 2, and 1984. In 1984, he won a national junior chess champion title. Okay, he won the national junior chess champion title in 1984. We have to give a 3 number. Got my points, all dear students? And then after you have to write one number first, second number, third. Okay, and then after fourth number. Okay, 87, 86 and 88. So first is come 86. He won a senior national chess championship. What is the difference? Junior championship, junior chess champion title, and here is what different? he won a senior further before first is junior and then after it's senior, won a senior national chess championship, okay, in 1986. So we have give to number 4. Got my points? Understood? I hope you all are understood, my dear all students. Then after we have to give a 5th number. He first Asian to the win a World Junior Chess Championship in 1987. We have to give a 5th number, 5 number. We have to give a 5 number. Got my points, all of you? I hope you all are understood, my dear all students. And then after, all my dear students, 88, he got the Padma Shri. Okay, so we have to give a 6th number. Got my points, my dear all students? We are going to arrange as like that. And then after, all my dear students, what we have to do? 7 means a 1997. He played a 6th computer stimulately and won. So we have give to 7 number to that event. Got my points, all of you? I hope you all are understood, all my dear students. And then after 8 is what? 2000. He won a world chess champion. We have to give a 8 number. Got my points, all of you? I hope you all are understood, all my dear students. Do fast. And then after a last, he won a world chess championship in which year? 2007. So we have to give a 9 number to him. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9. Got my points? So now we have to mention here one by one. First of all, it is a 1. You have to write the 2. The National Sub-Junior Championship here. Okay, my dear students, what do you have to write in a second time? In the second point, second arrow, you have to write the second. 19, first of all, you have to mention the age there. 1983 won a junior sub-national championship. And third is what? 1984, you have to write in third. 1984 won a national junior chess champion title. Then further fourth, 1986 he won a senior national chess championship. And fifth, 1987, so first Asian to win a world junior chess championship. Sixth, so what you have to write on a sixth? 1988 got the Padma Shri. Then after 7, 1997 played 6 computers stimulantly and won. Then after 8, what? 2000, 7 after 8, in 2000 won a world chess championship. And last is the 9th. So in 2007 he won a world chess championship. You have to write as like that a whole timeline of Vishwanath Anand. Here you have to fill the blanks, and then after completing this timeline you have to send it me in my WhatsApp as a form of the homework. Understood? This is your today's homework, and you have to do a compulsory, my dear students. What you have to do? You have to do a compulsory write the timeline. Got my points? Understood? Okay, I hope you all are understood, my dear students. So then after we will going to start the new chapter number 13. What we are going to start? We are going to start a chapter number 13. What is the name of chapter number 13, my dear students? Our chapter number 13 is handling a data. Okay, my dear students. So note down, put a heading over there, chapter number 13, handling a data. Do fast, dear. Put a heading over there, chapter number 13, handling a data. And then after we will going to start that chapter Chapter number 13. Got my points, all of you? Do fast. So, our chapter number 13 is handling a data or data handling. That both name is correct. Got my points, all of you? That both name is correct. So now let's check what is a data handling. So now my dear students, we will going to check what is a data handling. So you have to write with me whenever I am going to explain. You have to write this all sentence. So data handling is the way in which data can be represented graphically to give clear idea of what it represents. Data handling is the way in which data can be represented graphically to give a clean idea of what it represents. It is easier to interpret and organize the data using a protocol representation. What, my dear students, I hope you all are understood what I am telling you. Again I am going to repeat for that sentence. Data handling is a way in which data can be represented. Means we have to represent as a form of the graph. Got my points, all dear students? We have to represent as a form of graph, graphically, to give a clear idea. Means we have to give a clear idea of what it represents. Means we have to represent anything. So we are going to represent as a form of the graph. Got my point, all of you? We have to represent as a form of graph. It's easier to interpret and organize a data using a protocol representation. Means we have to mention over there protocol of representation. Protocol of representation. Understood? Data handling includes a bar graph, pictograph and tally marks. How many topics in further data handling? In data handling, we have three more. In data handling, we have three more further topic. The first topic is over there is bar graph, pictograph, and a tally marks. Means three types of the graph will become in that chapter. In this chapter, understood, all of you? I hope you all are understood, my dear all students. Again I am going to repeat what is the data handling in our easiest and on term. So data handling is the way in which data can be represented graphically to give a clear idea of what it represents. What it represents. Okay? It is easier to interpret and organize data using a protocol representation. So, interpret and organize data using a protocol representations. Data handling includes a bar graph, pictograph and tally marks. Understood, all my dear students? And then we will move on further. What is the bar graph? The first topic is what over there? The first topic is over there is a bar graph. So now we are going to check what is a bar graph and the concept of the bar graph. And then after we are going to learn the concept of the pictograph. What is a pictograph? So let's check first of all here the bar graph. What is the formula and what is this a bar graph? It is a way of representing a data visually. Okay, visually bars are of the uniformly width and can be drawn horizontally or vertically with the equal spacing between them. The length of each bar represents the given number frequently. Understood, all of you? So now again I am going to repeat for you. It is the way of representing data visually. Bars of the uniformly width and can be drawn horizontally or the vertically with the equally spacing between them. So first is what? It is the way is representing. Means this bar graph is what? Bar graph is representing. All my dear students, that is all a method of bar graph. Again I am going to repeat what is a bar graph. What is a bar graph? It is a way of representing data. Visually, bars are of uniformly width and can be drawn horizontally or vertically with the equal spacing. Okay, with a equal spacing between them. Horizontally or vertically means straight, and this vertical and horizontal. I am going to explain this all method. What is a meaning of horizontal and what is the meaning of vertical. Got my points, all students? Okay, so now attention here, all dear students. So my dear students, the length of each bar represents the given number frequently. Got my points, all of you? So parts of the bar graph here, what is this here? Is this the parts of bar graph? So we are going to check the parts of bar graph. Scale, bars, x-axis. What my dear students? X-axis, and here is y-axis. Okay, let's check my dear students. All my dear students, this is all the parts of the bar graph. Okay, that is a red column. It's present a bar graph and its ratio. This a black dotted line, it shows a y-axis, and x dotted line, it's called a x-axis. Understood, all of you, my dear all students? What I am telling you, you have to write and you have to draw this all things. Got my points, all of you? Note down these things. Do fast, all dear, my dear all students, in your book. And compulsory you have to write in your book. Okay, dear? And then after we will move on further here. What are the pictograph? First topic here we have done. Here. And then after next is what? Pictograph. First is bar graph and then is the pictogram. So now we will going to check the what is the bar graph. Got my points? The represents of an information through a picture. The representation of an information through a picture is called a pictograph. Pictographs use a relative size or a repetitions of the same icon, pictures or symbol. Icon, pictures or symbol means what? We have to represent as a form of represents as the same what, my dear students? Same icon, picture or symbol. Understood, all my dear students? Note down these all things, dear all. And show comprehension, also called a pictogram, pictorial chart and pictorial graph or picture graph. Okay, what was the name of the other things, my dear students? Name of the pictograph is what? Also known as the pictogram, then a pictorial chart, then pictorial graph and picture graph. Got my points, all of you? I hope you all are understood, all dear students. Note down these all important things in your book, dear all. And compulsory you have to write these all things, dear. Okay, compulsory what you have to write? You have to write a compulsory all things in your book. Do fast, all. Again I am going to repeat for you. The represents of an information. The represents of information through a picture, it's called a pictograph. And a pictograph are relative size of representations of some icon, picture or symbol to show a comparisons. Also called a pictograph, pictorial chart and pictorial graph or a picture graph. We have to write of all things, and it's also known as pictogram, pictorial chart, pictorial graph and picture graph. But in this chapter only we are going to telling only one name, pictograph. Understood all dear students? Do fast. Okay. So in next lecture my dear students, we are going to check the example of bar graph. We are going to check the bar graph and pictograph. Got my points all dear students? I hope you all are understood my dear students. Okay, and thank you so much my dear students watching for this video. Thank you all of you.